All the cash in your pocket once came from this examining machine. You can find it at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. The Bureau is almost literally a well-oiled machine, except for coins. An insane attention to detail, sometimes in ways you can't see, goes into making it that way. It all starts in Washington, D.C. or Fort Worth, Texas. About $541 million a day comes off these printers in these two places. You've probably heard the term paper money, but that's inaccurate. These sheets of money aren't actually paper, which is usually made from wood pulp. Rather, they're a mix of 75% cotton and 25% linen. The Crane Paper Company supplies the specialized material that goes into these stacks of cash. In fact, this company has a monopoly on the materials you're looking at because it's been in this business since the beginning of the Federal Reserve note system. It's illegal for anyone else to possess. As you might imagine, each unit has embedded security features. You won't see them in any of these bills coming off the assembly line, but there are red and blue security fibers embedded in the material and distributed randomly. These bills also host other new features. Although they're not included on any $1 notes, there are subtle background colors. Larger denomination notes will have a portrait watermark that you can see when you hold it up to a light, just like this. There's also ink that actually shifts color when bills are tilted. There's something else too. In all but $1 bills, there's an enhanced security thread that describes the denomination when you hold it up to a light, like you're seeing now. These threads are special. They're transparent and glow when you put them under ultraviolet light. Your eyes can't see ultraviolet light unassisted, but here's what the thread looks like in case you were curious. Different denominations will glow in different colors. Every bill in these stacks of money is an enhanced security document, but like most complex pieces of manufacturing, they didn't get that way without careful planning. As you can see here, the designs on the currency are first drawn out by hand. Once these hand-drawn designs are finalized, steel plates will be created for the Bureau's printing presses. And that's a whole task in itself. Look and you'll see that these steel engravings are also created by hand through the use of a pen called a pantograph.
Oh, wow.
A script engraver carves the final design into the steel plates, which are replicated into this printing template called a master die. The process can take 8 days from beginning to end. But these plates aren't ordinary steel. To withstand the extreme pressure,
chat, they have to do this more than once?
You'll soon be seeing, they are chrome-plated. That's why they look so shiny. Fortunately, once one of these plates is created, the individually engraved elements like the portrait in the center of the bill and the text on it are combined like a jigsaw puzzle with the use of a transfer press. This is a process called siderography. Plastic master plates get transferred from siderography and used by plate makers to create hundreds of identical plates at a time. This process works well for all the dollar bills in circulation. But there's something special about old Benjamin Franklin, and that leads to an interesting question. You might have felt that distinctive blue ribbon on the last $100 bill you held. It's different from the other money in your wallet, right? That's because modern $100 bills use that 3D ribbon to provide some extra protection against counterfeiters. Every bill has other enhanced security features that begin with their precision plates. Those features are possible through a process called microprinting. Have you ever noticed the small but distinctive lines and dots on the money you hold? Take a bill and look for them. You'll find them here, here, and also here. But you just won't find the microscopic text cleverly placed within them on certain parts of the bill. For example, here's a $100 bill. Notice Ben Franklin's collar? The phrase, "the United States of America," is found there. The phrase, "USA," is at the bottom of the portrait in similarly sized letters. Microprinting is very hard to duplicate, so if people who know what they're looking for find illegible letters, they've found a counterfeit. There's also something called offset printing. This is a process that occurs in denominations of $2 and up. And it's sort of like a painting process.
$2.
These rollers
$2. What the fuck is it? $2
are coated with special magnetic ink. They simultaneously print a multicolored collage on both sides of the bill at once. $1 bills skip this process, which is why they feel a little different than the others you're carrying around
Wait, I've never
once
seen
you
that.
start paying attention. This ink has a journey of its own. It starts here on the engraving plates and then goes to soft rubber blankets. From there,
toonie.
it's put onto the money. These machines are a lot bigger than they appear on your screen. They're 50 feet long and weigh a whopping 70 tons. But size and weight don't mean they aren't fast. Look at these stacks of money and you can guess at how quickly they can churn out money. 10,000 sheets per hour can come off these presses. But the people behind these machines don't leave anything to chance. Here, they're inspecting bills. After every 500 prints, they'll pull a sheet out and look at them up close to see if everything is being done correctly. There's another type of printing that leaves its mark on your money. It's called Intaglio printing. Because $1 bills don't go through offset printing, they go through Intaglio printing right away. For every other bill, Intaglio printing is the second step after offset printing. Intaglio printing is the phase when all the obvious features on a bill, the portrait, numerals, words, and so on, get put on a blank note. This process begins with those steel and chrome plates you saw earlier. Special ink is added, which fits into the engravings. Runoff ink is wiped away. From there, enormous pressure gets applied to put the ink onto the bill. The ink is dried with a slightly raised texture, which is another anti-counterfeiting measure since it's really hard to copy. And just in case you were wondering, the Intaglio process has its own special printers, just like the offset printers. Here they are in action, and they're just about as fast, churning out 10,000 sheets an hour like this. But here's what makes them unique. The Intaglio printers apply enormous pressure to the notes, which is why the plates need to be made so durable. But they can't apply more than one color at a time to their sheets, unlike offset printers, and this particular ink will take 3 days to dry. When you feel the unique texture of a bill, that's the result of Intaglio printing.
Oh.
Everything
Nice.
on a dollar bill has been standardized to literally microscopic detail, except one thing. Did you ever wonder how each bill gets its serial number?
No.
These machines are really good at printing out stacks of bills, but each one has a different serial number, which can be a problem. After all, it's not like other mass-printed materials get different numbers. Fortunately, there's a machine for that, too. This letterpress machine puts the finishing touches on an individual bill, and you can see all the details here. They include serial numbers, which are in green or black ink, depending on the denomination, but also the identification numbers and the seals of the Treasury Department and Federal Reserve. Take a look at the number to the bottom right, too. If you're holding a $10 bill or higher, that number will have a distinctive texture when you feel it.
Imagine if banks, okay, hold on now. If banks had bills in a certain manner, arranged, they have a code, they know how exactly when they're given out, stacks, what is the order, and even at the bank themselves, when they scan and they put them in stacks, in the vault, whatever, they know the order. And when the money is stolen, like let's say a bank robbery, right? They click a button and it knows the order and the things. And then people at the cashier in stores, if they count 2 bills that have 2 of those in an overlapping manner, like too close to one another, it sounds an alarm and bang, boom, they found the guy who robbed it, because 2 of the bills, it's very unlikely that 2 of them are going to be cashed in at the same time at a store. Bang!
It's made of color-shifting ink. As you can see here, the number shifts from a copper color to green depending on the angle you view it under, which is also really hard to counterfeit. Okay, so now that the bill's been through this journey, it's ready for circulation, right? Not quite yet. It first has to go through this machine called the Offline Currency Inspection System.
What is that? What the fuck? I got moist.
It's a combination of cameras and specialized software. 2.5 sheets per second pass under the gauntlet of these cameras. They look at both sides of a bill at once for an efficient layout. The cameras can pick up errors with incredible precision. If something gets flagged, one of these employees will closely look over the money. The offending notes will then be discarded, but not the entire sheet. They'll save any good notes. That means each individual note you're holding went through a unique sterilization and inspection process, even in mass production. Who knows? That serial number might be worth something much more valuable than the number on the bill someday. With final inspections done, the bills are ready to take their final journey. That final journey begins at the Bureau's facilities in Washington and Fort Worth. The bills go through these guillotines, which make both vertical and horizontal cuts to ensure the bills are in their standard dimensions, 6.14 inches long and 2.61 inches wide.
I think we should
From
also
there,
start
the machinery stacks them
bills.
into bricks of
Perchance
100
we should
individual
make the bills
notes.
clear so the robbers can't see them. We're really onto something here, man.
Just get a tuning.
XQCL.
Like this, wrapping them in these bands that show their denomination. The bricks are then put into these bundles, and bundles are in turn packaged into a set of 4,000 bills. There are 4 of such packages put into metallic boxes like these, called a skid. The Federal
A tuning is when you get a rare double loony.
Reserve is the authority that legally issues this money. So until it does, these skids will be loaded onto armored trucks and taken to Federal Reserve banks on a precise route. Sometimes they can be in vaults for years. Once they're ready to be used, the Fed will distribute the notes to the public through typical commercial financial institutions, like banks and credit unions, who in turn give them to you. If these notes are found not to be genuine, usually by a bank teller or cashier, they'll be sent to the U.S. Secret Service, which is responsible for protecting the integrity of the nation's money just as much as it is the life of the president. It sounds like a long journey, but it's an efficient system, costing between 2.8 to 8.6 cents per bill, depending on the denomination. But when it comes to coins, efficiency is not the word to use. These freshly minted, mass-produced coins might look like they're coming off a well-oiled machine.
Money is that it is not real. Our greenbacks clear the dog shit maple toilet paper.
American bills are indistinguishable from one to the other at long range. You don't know how much money it is because it's shit. It's ink and some bullshit. Nobody gives a fuck. Where I'm from? Brown, red, green, blue. It's what it is. It is what it is. You're a loser. Just say so. You're a loser. Bro. American money is to wipe your ass cheeks raw with it, little buddy. It's fucking dog shit.
But there's more beneath the surface. First, let's talk about the basics. Start with asking yourself, why do pennies feel different from quarters? It's partly because they're made of different materials, which is also why you can see they have different colors. Every one of these pennies is made of zinc, but is plated with copper, which gives them their distinct rusty color. Quarters and dimes are made with cupro-nickel, which leaves this more silvery finish. Once the raw materials are gathered, these 1,500-foot-long coils slice them into metal discs called blanks that look like this, and rejected blanks are recycled. From there, the coins go through
Yo, I like those. I like those better.
this, and rejected blanks are recycled.
Dude, those are sick.
From there, the coins go through
C
a
in front
annealing
of
machine,
Canada's dollar
which heat them
sign
to a
stands for
staggering
cup.
950 degrees Celsius. After this, the coins are cleaned with anti-drying agents and put through drying steams like this. This softens them before striking, which involves this upsetting machine.
It's for Canada. Also cash. It's Canada Cash. CC. It's
How is your
it's
country
Canadian
real?
wealth.
Using
It's
coloured
called
money
motion.
like the SpongeBob
Creating the
episode with
raised
Pretty
edge.
Patties. Does the money
Once they
change
get their
my
distinctive
tongue colour
designs,
too?
the coins go through the die creation and striking process. Well, what does that mean? They've already gone through high heat. Now they're about to go through extreme pressure thanks to this striking machine, which can press between 60 and 160 tons of force. These conditions create the sharp details on coins that you're used to seeing. Some designs require multiple strikes. Once striking is complete, coins are inspected for errors, and if they're all clear, weighing machines will weigh and count them. Then they're
29?
bagged and shipped to
More
the
like
various
29.
Federal Reserve banks
Ha,
just like
ha,
bills.
Ha. Okay,
But the
bye.
ancient art
Have
of
a good
coin
day,
making
Czech
has
people
become
lad.
controversial in recent
Chat, they can save money on this
The
entire
only motion
process.
with Canadian money is passing go to collect 200.
That's funny.
Monopoly our money.
That's fine. That's okay. That's funny.
Years as money becomes increasingly electronic. It costs 16.5 cents to make an individual $100 bill, but 3.69 cents to make a penny. And this inefficiency is just one problem. A 2017 FOIA request revealed that the U.S. Mint, which produces
Donors
the
only
coins,
defending
suffered
it because
accounting
they like
errors.
pretending their $1 bills are 100 while they eat their microwave rice.
Okay, but even then though, I don't really understand it. Why not just have a chip in your arm when you're born, and this is your money, and you just go and scan around places? Why do we need coins and paper? We don't need that shit.
Such as scale misconfigurations and misplaced decimal points. The Mint has its share
What?
of environmental and safety issues
Is that
too.
bad?
Contamination from the firefighting foam used there
The
has
mark of the
impacted local
beast.
water
What
supplies,
does that
leading
mean?
to several lawsuits. The U.S. Mint's Philadelphia facility failed an OSHA inspection in 2001, where it was cited for 47 safety hazards. There's also been some counterfeiting challenges in recent
59
years.
months with
Members
the
of
goat, can I
Congress
get a
have
welcome to the
criticized the U.S.
jungle?
Mint for
No?
failing to respond
Okay.
properly as the volume of Chinese counterfeit coins has increased. While the days of coins might not be limited yet, these criticisms mean that there may come a time when they will be. So look at them for now, and the bills alongside them for that matter. These aren't just units of money. They're
Why the
works
fuck
of art
would you
driven
want a
in
chip
part by the
inside you
elaborate
for money? Are you trying to fry your brain?
Bro, because the reality is that
Wow.
think about all
You
the
have colored
systems
money. What are
that
you
are fucking
seven?
dog shit. The DMV, the passports, the money, the banking, the whatever. All this is expensive and shit, and it's useless. It's just annoying, and it's literally made for you to trip and get fucked over by it. What if you had everything you need, all of it, all of information about you? Let's say you get in an accident, you're losing blood, you're about to die, and they go beep, AB positive, or whatever. You know what blood to give you? Beep, this guy we can't give him this because he has allergic to this medicine, this. Boom, too easy. Now you live.
ways counterfeiters try to knock them off. Bye for now.
What? What? They scan you and say you can't afford care. That is harsh.